This is veridical. And these are things which are true, but they seem paradoxical at first. There's falsidical. And I'll give an example of each of these. And then kind of the classic, the one which we're going to be interested in, and these are real paradoxes, are antinomies. To give you an example of another classic paradox, and one which is visited in Godel Escher Bach very early on, it's called Xenon's paradox. And the idea is, if I want to get from here to my laptop, I first need to walk halfway across the distance. And then, if I want to walk the remaining distance, I need to walk half of that. If I want to walk the remaining distance, I need to walk half of that. And then half of that, half of that. And eventually I get stuck in this infinite loop where it seems like I'm not getting to my laptop. A variant of this paradox is the idea that if I even want to move at all, if my atoms want to pass in space, first they have to go halfway. But before it can go halfway, it's got to go halfway of that half, and halfway of that half, and that half of that half. So Xenon, back in Greece, actually used this to prove that motion was impossible, and that any motion we saw in the universe was an illusion. So it's weird. Why? And nobody really could answer Xenon for the longest time. But then it took essentially the development of the understanding of limits in calculus to really get an idea of why this wasn't paradoxical. What rigorously did we mean by an infinite number of steps? How could we actually get to across the room? It seemed paradoxical, but we knew it had to be true. We knew motion had to be possible.